Hey friends, it's Professor Lyrics back with another reaction focusing on the lyrical meaning behind your favorite songs. It's going to be Jungkook and his smash hit, Standing Next to You. I'm going to give it a shot, guys. If you like what I do here on the channel, please smash that subscribe button on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. Class is in session.
On this funk and give me miracles. Making know how we left it right is something we control. You are right. And all night long we rock to this. Screaming I testify this loving. All night long we flock to this. Screaming I testify that we'll survive the test of time. They can't deny our love. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I promise I'll be right here. Standing next to you. Standing in the fire next to you.
First of all, guys, this is funky. Not the sound I was expecting at all. But I'm about lyrics, so let's back up. What are we talking about here? I think it's funky because Jungkook is singing about, or perhaps singing to, an upright bass, I think. An instrument, the upright bass. He's playing it. It's funky. Do you hear it? Let me explain. Standing next to you, play me slow. I push up on this funk and give me miracles. I think this is probably fiction, though I don't know much about Jungkook. The stage has collapsed in this song, and he's buried beneath some rubble with his upright bass, who he's talking to. He's having a conversation with as he's playing it, because I think he's still like, you know, with these collapses, there are big pockets. I think he's able to stand next to the upright bass and play it still. He pushes up on this funk and give me miracles. He's trying to get out. He's pushing up. It smells bad. It's funky. He needs a miracle at this point. Things sound bad. Again, I think this is fiction. I hope so, because it sounds serious. Let your body know. That's the body of the bass, not the neck, the body of the instrument, the big wooden part. Make it known how left and right is something we control. So I think they're shouting at the rescuers, left, left, right, right. They're in control. You already know. The bass is probably in his mind saying, you keep telling me that over and over. I think they've been trapped down here for a while, guys. The bass is a little sick of hearing him say, hey, if we just scream left and right, they can find us. And the bass is probably thinking, I cannot talk. I cannot scream. You already know. You know that all night long we rock to this, screaming, I testify this lovin'. That's a little confusing. I think they're screaming out not only left and right so the searchers can find them and locate them, but maybe Jungkook is kind of fantasizing in his head of being a metal band, because it sounds like metal lyrics, and he says he's screaming, I testify this lovin'. So maybe he's like making up a song in his head to pass the time or calm himself down, and to kind of let the searchers know where he is, he's screaming, I testify this lovin'! I testify this lovin'! Like, you know, I think kind of fantasizing being a metal act. Good idea. It'll pass the time and sounds loud, so that's good. All night long we flock to this. The rescues are flocking to them. He's screaming, I testify that. Testify is a very common lyric in metal songs. That's why I think that's what we're talking about there. We'll survive the test of time. I don't think they have long, guys. I think the rescuers need to get to them, to Jungkook and his upright bass both. I think they can get to one of them. Let's get to that soon. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I think maybe, again, probably fiction. The rescuers can get to Jungkook, but not his upright bass. And Jungkook is saying, you can't take me without my upright bass. I'm not going alone. I'm not leaving it behind. No way I'm going, because they're not going to divide them up. He's saying we'll still survive the test of time, even though time's ticking down. I'm not leaving without you, Mr. Bass, or Mrs. Bass, perhaps. I'll promise I'll be right here, standing next to you. So I think we have an example here of instrumentintimacy, which is a real thing I saw on a subreddit, where musicians fall in love with their instruments. I think Jungkook has fallen in love with his upright bass, instrumentimacy, and this song is about that. Could be fiction, could be real. I have not seen anything in the news about a stage collapse, but you never know. I don't keep up with the K-poop too much. Then the last line there, standing in the fire next to you. Oh, I think things are getting very serious. I think there are flames in the rubble, so I hope they can recover them, or I hope it's fiction.
You know it's deeper than the rain, it's deeper than the pain. When it's deep like DNA, something they can take away. Hey, tick, 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 tick off. Standing next to you. Standing next to you. Standing next to you. Afterglow, leave your body golden like the sun in the moon. You afraid? You know they don't love me from to this. Screaming at this to find this loving. Don't love me from to this. Screaming at this to find that we'll survive the test of time. They can't deny our love. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I swear that I'll be right here.
Yeah, guys, that's definitely what we're talking about here. He's in love with the upright bass. He's not going to leave it, even if the rescuers can get to him and not his upright bass. Let's back up. A lot of clues here. You know, it's deeper than the rain. I think it's raining. There's fire and rain, and the water might be filling up with flames all around them. This is very harrowing stuff for sure. It's deeper than the pain. I think he's injured himself. He's in pain. Probably got hit by some debris. But his love for his upright bass is deeper than that pain. Very admirable for sure. When it's deep like DNA, that's deoxyribose nucleic acne. That's what makes up your cells, your being. It's who you are. I guess it's deep. It's deep within you. Deoxyribose nucleic acne. Interesting reference. I like it though. Something they can't take away. Please take off. I think he's pinned down by a piece of metal, probably. Maybe on his foot, something like that. And he's screaming, maybe the rescuers, he can see them now. He can see the lights shining down. He's saying, take it off, take it off, take off. But at the same time, he goes to standing next to you. Afterglow, the best known varnish for violins and basses and cellos and things of that nature. Any upright stringed instrument, I believe. So he probably still has some afterglow in his pocket or something, and he's polishing up his bass with his free hand. Makes the bass look very golden like the sun and the moon. Very nice to do that in such trying circumstances. And then, again, back to the chorus. You know that all night long we scream, testify. I won't scream again, but I think he's doing it in a metal voice, trying to get these rescuers to find them. But again, reiterates, he's not going to leave his upright bass. Even if they get to Jungkook, which they may have, he's not going to leave his bass behind. I don't know. It's kind of nice. It's noble. Fiction, I hope. I'm not sure. Something's happening. Yeah, a little confusing there in the end. Let me unpack it, back up a little bit. Mainly just reiterating he will be standing next to you, which I thought was just an upright bass. But then at the very end there, bass and drums. I think he's also in love with the drums, which he had not mentioned before, but the bass line kind of got slower at the end there, a little more melancholy, and I think Jungkook perhaps spotted the drums, maybe in a little crevasse or something, and the bass might be a little jealous of the drums, I think. I think they're still stuck though. Fiction, definitely fiction. Good to tackle the topic of instrumentacy. I don't think a lot of musicians would go there, but it's brave of Jungkook to admit his infatuation with an upright bass. I like that. So in conclusion, Jungkook's smash hit, Standing Next to You, is about a stage collapse at a concert where Jungkook is trapped beneath some rubble with his upright bass, who he's in love with, and polishes it with some afterglow, professes his love for the upright bass, says, "If these rescuers find us from our metal screaming, I will not leave you. They're not going to divide us. It'll be both of us." Interesting song. I like that he tackled the topic of instrumental-macy, and funkier than I thought. I was picturing a lot of pop, but a lot of funk with the whole upright bass theme, I think, being in the background. I like it. I think I like it. Class dismissed.